Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I just came back from Utrecht where I had a blast. A good friend of mine, Raul, picked up Modern a week ago before the event. Reached out to me like, do you know anybody who can borrow me a deck perhaps? And then took down the whole event. The Modern Spotlight series in Utrecht, pretty awesome stuff. Yeah, I had a blast, of course. Doing coverage is really fun. The team was great. The coverage, CSL is the production team, and they're actually German too, and they did a fantastic job. Really good stuff. And yeah, overall, really fun event. Saw a lot of old friends again that I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, people came out for this Modern Spotlight series in Utrecht, which is awesome. Okay, what do we have in front of us? This is Domain a la Nas, Matt Nas. Yeah, it is, nothing surprising, nothing crazy. But I felt like I should make a video on this deck. Or I also am interested myself in this deck because there's the standard qualifier on Arena coming up this weekend. And sorry about that. Just getting some reps in with tier 1 domain as it is built as of right now. So it sounds like a good idea. What do you guys think? Yeah, there's not much to talk about here. Playing with 8 overlords, the mana base has been drastically improved with a lot of green-white lands. That was sort of the Channel Fireball innovation on the deck. Still have a good chunk of tap lands, 10 of them in total. Also 2 Analyze the Poland, so kind of like 12 tap lands in a way. 25 plus 2 Analyze. Yeah, we have 27 in 27 lands in total. 4 binding, 2 Get Lost, 4 Rights End. Those are the 2 drop removal spells. I think Madness already only played 1 Get Lost. I think you could maybe get down to 1 with Rights End being the premier removal. You could play, I don't know, an Elspeth Smite, could play another Beza. Could also play the Traxa in the main deck with the Analyzers if you expect a little bit more of a grindy metagame. And otherwise, I mean, pretty stock stuff. Temporary Lockdown. Like this version of the main is kind of main deck built to beat aggro decks, you could say. With the lockdowns, the Day of Judgment, Rights End, they're all great against Gruul, Mono Red, and also against Pixie, of course. They're gonna buy you a lot of time and make that matchup pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about here. I put 1 Cavern in there just to cheese those counterspell players a little bit. Sideboard, Elspeth Smite, 2 copies, 2 negates, 1 Paw Patch, 1 Tear Asunder, make the Disenchant split. 2 Stone Brains, that's been a recent innovation by Matt Nass himself. He played the domain deck like a week after or 2 weeks after the Pro Tour in a Denver RCQ, just for the heck of it, I guess. I mean, he's qualified for everything, but apparently you can play these events nonetheless. Yeah, and he added that one. I assume it's mostly for the Omniscience deck, to name Omniscience, and also maybe for Jace against Blue-White. Just take Jace out of the deck, and then you'll be able to outgrind Blue-White potentially. 2 Rest in Peace, 3 Obstinate and Bailoff, pretty normal stuff. 1 Nissa, and 1 Atraxa, which is extra nice if they analyze the poll, and you can bring that in the mirror match and against something like Golgari midrange. Yeah, that is Domain. Bread and butter, nothing special. Let's just get some games in, get a feel for the deck is the idea of this video, and get closer to or better at seeing if I want to play this deck in the standard qualifier potentially. All right, let's go. Let's do this. I mean, I can cast a Binding for 3 mana. I have a Surveil. I think this hand's pretty decent. Obviously, the best hands are gonna have Beanstalk and the Green Overlord. Those are your best cards. But this hand seems like it doesn't have any of those, but it has enough going for it that I like it. I guess I should play the Island in case I draw like Shadowy Backstreet, then I can still cast Binding. Dimir. This should be a good matchup. Opponent has another Siren, maybe a cut down. Another Siren. Okay, I still don't know, I guess, if they're Dimir bounce or else. I'm definitely gonna do this, like, just buying some time against a Kaito here, if they have it. I assume people are gonna be pretty high on Kaito these days. Okay. 3 mana pass, so just a Flood Pits Drowner maybe. Could also be a counter spell for my Overlord. It would be pretty awkward if my Overlord gets countered. But I'm game 1, and if this is bounce, then looks like they have it. Yeah, I don't know. If they're bounced, they don't have counters in the main deck usually, so. Okay. But I did certainly get punished there. Could have played around that. Just wait until turn 4. Turn 6, I mean. Okay, now they have a cat. They have a down. Okay. Another one. No Kaito, no Curiosity, no nothing. I'm wondering if I should just play this binding. 3 cards in hand. What am I gonna do next turn? Just Overlord suspend, like on impending. They're gonna activate the Sanctuary probably. Right send. I think I'm just gonna exile that now. That makes sense, right? I think I'm just gonna take another 4, going down to 11. I just rather have my leyline binding for something important than these 2 ones. I mean, if they have a, like, cut down here. It's almost tempting to activate this lockdown, but it's probably wrong. Go for the Road. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, I forgot to play the land, my bad. I have enough mana in play, shouldn't matter too much. Take another hit here. They have another counter spell, make a spirit. Spell Pierce. In open deck lists, you know, you just wouldn't run into stuff like that easily. But closed deck lists, like, yeah. I guess I keep that. Guess I stay back here. I wonder what they have. They just drew a Go for the Fruit, apparently. Yeah, I just flooded out. No Beanstalk. I mean, this version of the deck is certainly a little bit more mid-rangey. Yeah. Spell Pierce got me. Alright, GG. That's unfortunate. I feel like in open deck lists, I probably would have won this game. Because I would have played around this, I would have played around that, you know. And then I would have won this game. But closed deck list really favoring my opponent there. Okay. Demir mid-range. I guess I want the Atraxa. Tear Thunder seems good against Curiosity. And that's about it. What are my weakest cards? Get Lost is good against Kaito. Smite is not too bad either. Lockdown is potentially bad, I guess. Well, if it's Demir mid-range, Lockdown is not too bad. Could I don't know. I kind of like most of my cards. Could cut Beza. Sunfall, Day of Judgment, having some sweepers, although they likely won't overcommit. I might just add a smite. Yeah, that was an interesting game. Yeah, the turn 4 was crucial. If I would have just passed, would have been a lot better turn 4 and not played a White Overlord. They would have not been able to beat that. This hand has a cavern, which is kind of nice. Otherwise, not great. It's really just a cavern, which makes this hand nice against blue-black. I'm gonna try it. Maybe risky. Certainly risky. I mean, this is also just a forest for now. It's okay. Again, the mana requirements of this deck are a lot less harsh than they used to be. That was a good surveil. Maybe they're fairy mastermind. Okay, happy to draw another overlord. I'm gonna have an army of 2/1s. I should probably just I guess what they could have Tightbinder is really good against my overlord still. I'm just passing with Tightbinder now. This is not good. That would not be good. This is awkward as hell, but yeah, I think I just have to do this. Because if they have Tightbinder here, I'm under too much pressure. They're thinking about a Spell Pierce, maybe? What's up? Nothing? Yeah. Tightbinder. What do I do about that? I forced myself into... I kind of... I could do nothing. That seems kind of crazy. I do get the overload, which is going to tick down, right? That's sort of the situation. That's not totally embarrassing. At least I get the 6/6 down the line. Yeah, it was kind of obvious. I just feel like I couldn't do much against it. I could have waited a turn, but again, it makes such a difference. Like having Beanstalk in these games, I think turn 2 Beanstalk, it's so GG. It's so GG. If they have another Tightbinder, so be it. I mean, that'd be pretty nuts. Yeah, okay. Well, my hand was terrible against that, sure. I mean, they just had the nuts against exactly what I had here. Fair enough. Maybe I should have mulliganed to Beanstalk, anticipated that they have exactly 2 Tightbinders. Would have been a lot smarter, I suppose, than what I did. I still think the matchup is really good because, again, Beanstalk, well, not really good, but Domain is favored. Beanstalk is just such a beating, and these blue-black decks just cannot beat Beanstalk, realistically. They have to have a fast draw, which this version of Domain is really good at stopping, right? This was just a little bit of a risky keep, and yeah. I'm now dead to the map. The map killing me here on the Tightbinder. Yeah, when I kept the hand, I didn't really take the Tightbinder into account. Bit of a learning experience, I guess, on like what hands to keep, what not to keep, how to play. Yeah, tough. All right, I have 2 Beanstalks, an Overlord, GG. GG, can't lose. This deck is certainly also a little bit more reliant on Beanstalk than previous iterations of Domain. Just there's not much, like no Atraxas, right? And yeah, this card is a 7-drop theoretically, but it's also, yeah, you can just like, I don't know. They have a lot of dead removal, like shocks or cut downs or something. They just kill the tokens. It's not as powerful as an Atraxa, obviously. So it doesn't really replace it, even though you could say, oh, you have 4/7 drops in your deck, right? Because I want to play this on 4 mana, of course. Looks like we're running into the mirror match. It's also going to be interesting to see. I have not played a mirror in a while. Hopefully my opponent plays quick. That would be really appreciated. Because this might go for a bit. So the idea is to overwhelm them and like throw ZUR at them. I would think that Overlord of the Hauntwoods is one of your best cards. You could see that it's a possibility to deck yourself. A little unfortunate I couldn't get the Overlord down here, but yeah, it's okay. I guess I'll keep. I guess I keep that. And then I just make the white Overlord, I think, next turn. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Beanstalk matters too much, especially if your opponent already has one. But sure. I'm certainly happy to see that. My opponent could have ZUR and play it here. No. Okay. I mean, I could take away the Beanstalk, but also like get Leyline Binding is not really a good answer to it either. Okay. Kind of just want to get this going. Attack, I guess. You do want to be a little bit careful though. Maybe I won't attack actually. So like if my opponent goes ZUR, I might want to chump block rather. Wrath effects are very good. Because they allow you to like to recover from an opposing ZUR turn. Okay. I'm already checking library count. Yeah. I could play ZUR and do something, but I don't know. Doesn't seem very effective. Not really sure what I'm playing towards. Just more green overlords would be nice, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna play passively, honestly. Don't think I want that though. It's 2 Beanstalk against 2 Beanstalk. Opponent seems to have some instants here. Maybe later in binding. I was wishing for them to play fast. They don't seem to be listening. Leyline Binding is really a double-edged sword in this matchup. It's very fragile. Okay. I'm just gonna excel this Overload. And then I'm just gonna play ZUR maybe. Throw some stuff at them. They only have 2 mana, so this will deal some damage. I think this is a good opportunity. I assume my opponent's just gonna raft the board, but it's okay. Question is, do I want to leave up Leyline Binding here? I don't think I need to. Wow, look at this. Okay, so they're gonna raft me, and then they could still play a ZUR and activate that, I guess. That's fine. It's not a bad card in the matchup. So what am I gonna do next turn? If they raft... Oh shit, I'm stupid. I think I'm really stupid. Yeah, no, what was that? I needed to keep up the Leyline Binding, obviously. God. Anyways, I mean, the reason why I should do that is so I have lethal next turn easier. Because if I have another Leyline Binding end of turn, then play a ZUR, I would have had 9 mana. I could have activated Leyline, up the Beanstalk. And then they would need... I guess they could just blow up the Leyline Binding and then they have a blocker from other Leyline Binding. It's difficult to get through lethal if they have mana up. Also, they have an Overload as a blocker, never mind. I mean, I could have exiled that one, but yeah, it's super risky. I've dealt a good chunk of damage, and now it becomes more dangerous for them, I guess, to tap out. I don't know. I might also just play a temporary lockdown. I think this Analyze the Pollen is gonna get me another Overlord, a white one, I guess. Yeah. Question is how many cards I want to draw. I could just play a lockdown and then play it a little slower. Like, decking might for real become a thing. But I can also see that I'm gonna create a huge board advantage with a ton of mana, and then I'm just gonna ZUR in one attack, and then I'm gonna survive that. I think that's what I should go for. It looks like... Very interesting. They're gonna binding my binding, maybe. Hmm. Blow up this binding. Think... Can I die? They're free. Whatever, I don't know. Maybe risky. I'm at 32. I can't die. Never mind. What am I talking about? I was like, if I'm at 20, I could maybe be in trouble if they go like multiple leyline bindings. But this is, I mean, this is 18. And they have a lot of damage. Like, it could have killed me. If I'd be at 20, I'd be dead to a ZUR here. This is certainly tricky. If they have another binding, they have 18, 24. So the funny thing is, I mean, they gain a ton of life back. That's the problem, I guess. Oh, they have another binding. Holy shoot, that's bad. Okay, that was pretty bad. So now they're gonna gain a ton of life. I guess, I don't know, we'll see. Taking the overload, I guess, is bad for me too. Yeah, I don't know. Did I tap too low there? That was a pretty devastating turn. What did I do this turn? I just cast my Right's End, then played my Overlord. Then cast a Get Lost and played a tap land. Yeah, pretty good stuff. They go ZUR, they can activate. They have 5, 8, 11 mana, so they can activate 4 times. So they can hit me for 18. Like, the funny thing is, like, if I get all these leyline bendings back, also get a lot of stuff, so it's not too easy. Oh wow, nothing. Nothing, huh? Okay. Oh. You got that one in the main deck, huh? Okay. Okay, so probably a one-off. Just for the analyze the pollen. Oh, they're not even taking a land. I guess that makes some sense. Yeah, my opponent is kind of in the lead now. I feel. Oh, they tapped out now, but they're at 8. This is again a spot. If I would have had one white up, I could have gone end of turn leyline binding, Wrath, ZUR, kill them. Tricky. Yeah, tricky. This might come down to decking. Their ZUR is just so threatening with all these bindings in play. Pest control. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm 26 still, so. And then I make some blockers with this Overlord. And I have a 4/4 and a Leyland binding up. And a Get Lost. Two cards. I guess just land. They have one card less than I have in their library. Yeah, this definitely might go down to decking. Okay. So they have what? 4, 6 mana up? I'm at 26. Could just let him activate a bunch and then just kill the ZUR. Stop the life gain. And then Wrath and then kill them with my own ZUR. That should work out, theoretically. They maximum have amount of, this is just maximum, what, 6, 12, 19 damage. You can put me to 7. Just kill the ZUR. Yes, looks good to me. Looks good to me. Yeah, the Day of Judgment is just my ace here. But yeah. And the Get Lost, to be fair, because I really need this Get Lost, because otherwise they could maybe Get Lost my Leyline Binding or something like that. Although I think one Get Lost is on the bottom. We saw it with the Atraxa. Yeah, I like my position right now. Tricky matchup to play. Game 1 is weird. Game 2 and 3 are definitely more interesting because there's like, you know, a lot of the bad cards will go out, a lot more interaction comes in. I wonder about the Stone Brain. I should bring that in or not. Alright, my opponent just timed out, unfortunately. They didn't want to play no more. Alright, well, still an interesting game 1. I think I'm just going to leave this. I think this is still valuable content, even though they jumped out of the game. Yeah, this is sort of how game 1 goes. Definitely gotta be very careful about like end of turn leyline bindings. That could sort of deal a lot of damage with the ZUR. Alright, play first. True. Yeah, I have the Beanstalk and I have the Surveillance to get me there. I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm on the play. I think on the draw I would not try this. I'm also playing against. Oh, this is fine. Playing against Kaffee Kete, which is Katharina Bernstiel, who also started out 10-1 in the Modern Spotlight series this weekend. And she's playing Cedophobe into Fear of Missing Out. So she's maybe playing the red-green graveyard deck. Could also just be Delirium. I have Day of Judgment next turn. A little bit of an awkward turn 3 here. That's okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here, actually. There's like this red-green combo deck with exhaust shenanigans. I could have maybe also played the White Overlord there, actually. Wait a little bit more, play Perm. Oh yeah, actually it does have that, okay. Dredge's Inside. Okay, getting the Cauldron, sure. I think I'll just, so the Cauldron doesn't really do much. I think I'll just get the Overload down. Okay, awkward. Even if this deals me like, I don't know, 6 damage, that's fine. I'm probably just, we'll see what happens here. The fear can deal, like if she can buff the fear too. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's kind of neat. Huh. Untap that. Definitely block it. Nice. Okay. I could sewer my Overlord here. That's certainly very powerful. Otherwise, leyline binding and just take out both creatures here seems also pretty good. Maybe the safer choice, considering they have that going on in their graveyard. Day of Judgment, okay. Yeah, pass the turn. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. The combination is obviously with the Draconautics. That's why I should have done it the way I did. I'm just gonna get rid of the fear. And that should kind of seal the deal here. Temporary lockdown as well. Temporary lockdown looks alright here, I guess. Maybe a little worse post-board. I assume Cauldron is not going to be in the deck anymore. But yeah, I think I'm just going to ZUR here. This is good enough for me. Or I could lock down and then just play passively for one more turn. I don't know. Let's just get it over with. ZUR gets better the longer you wait, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I figured. Okay. Interesting matchup. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Should be good here, I guess. Okay. Okay. What are the lockdowns? Certainly seems questionable. Beza seems kind of good. It's like an aggressively slanted deck. What is good in my side? But I guess not much. Really, just like maybe Tear Sunder. It kills the fear of missing out for 2 mana, which is okay. Doesn't seem fantastic. Smite seems okay. Seems good against the 4/2, and Rest in Peace seems okay. So it's just really just 4 cards to bring in. Lockdown. I mean, I'm playing against a green deck, so they can blow up the lockdown, which is awkward. Also, to exile the Rest in Peace. Okay, I'm just gonna add the 2 Smites and the 2 Rest in Peace, and then I'm thinking about what to cut. It could be a White Overlord, theoretically. Could be a ZUR. No. Get Lost. Get Lost. Doesn't seem great here. They could have sideboard Planeswalkers, but yeah, maybe I just Get Lost. The map tokens seem... Especially I play a Thieving Wormlet deck, so the map tokens are extra good for them. For her. I can just call her. I know who it is. She's a talented player, I think. She's certainly part of the up-and-coming... Part of the Berlin Grinders. 10-1 at the Modern Spotlights is pretty strong. I think she made top 16 in the end. This seems fine. Haywire Might. Good with Cauldron. Urabra's Forge. That's a good one too. Maybe I should try to smite the Might. I really wouldn't like if... Oh, no land, I guess. 2 Afterburner, Jesus. That was maybe overly aggressive. I could also keep up the leyline binding. Okay. I mean, that Draconautics is very scary here. Don't have a sweeper, don't have a Sunfall, don't have a Rest in Peace. Just if they have Draconautics, Staring down a lot of power with haste. That's a cool deck. So it takes 6. That's nice. I might die if I. Yeah, maybe this beanstalk was a little risky, but I feel like if I cast my 2 spells, I don't know. I guess maybe that was too risky. Maybe I should just cast both of these and just hope to draw more. I went for the greedy line there. It's just really nothing I can do against another Dragonotics. Another Dragonotics is just gonna kill me at this point. If I leyline binding this, it's gonna. The disenchant is gonna kill me. If I get lost it, I got a soul quadrant, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, this is not good. I feel like maybe I punt it. I'm just gonna pass the turn, I don't know. Now, well, we know that she doesn't have a land. Right, so she could draw an untapped land. Okay, that's pretty good for me. That's sort of one of the better outcome things. Okay, now I guess I'll just binding the. Maybe I should take a little bit more time to think about things, honestly. Anyways, I'm gonna binding the most damage, I think, and then I'm gonna right send the Dragonotics. ZUR. ZUR. Okay. What to do? Probably just ZUR. Can't be. Can't imagine it being a better line. Yeah, okay. ZUR and Overlord is pretty unfair against, you know, someone like Red Green, yeah. They have to have the disenchant for the Overlord. Katarina certainly got unlucky here. Missing land drops and whatnot. Yeah. But this type of matchup strikes me as a little tricky. In a way, she also got lucky because she hit 3 Afterburner in her top 15 cards or whatever. But it was not enough. But it's certainly a cool deck. But yeah, it strikes me as a deck that's not necessarily favored here. Also, rest in peace, you know. Yeah. Okay. Serviceable. Hopefully playing it's an aggro deck. Wouldn't be the greatest against something like blue-white control. Blues and forests. Okay. Paw Patch, turn 1. Get lost. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, right side costing you 2 mana, not at its finest against 1-drops. Okay, luckily no Ember Heart Challenger at least. Oh, nothing else either. That's good news for me. Looks like a questing druid. I think I should just play it safe and cast right send here and just don't go for the greedy line, don't go for the beanstalk and then fall further and further behind. Taking too much damage. They can Screaming Nemesis me now, but like if I would have passed the turn, then I could have let them attack with Nemesis. And then they would have okay, sure. Interesting. I'll just pass. And then the paw patch would have gotten a counter. I would have taken 3 damage anyway, so it would have been the same outcome. But killing the paw patch there and then is just better because they play other creatures pre-combat that they don't have haste. And then I try to kill the paw patch. They would get a counter, so killing it on my own turn is the safest play, I think. There's the Nemesis. Okay. I think I'm just gonna blow up the Sentinel here. And if they want to Monsters Rage me, that's fine. Then next turn I can go Beanstalk plus Leyline Binding. And then I have a ZUR plus Leyline Binding, hopefully. Torching me. Okay. Sure. I guess I have to be a little bit aware of which Stalker Frenzy. Like if maybe I want to do it now. Could also see myself casting Right's End, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's unlikely I'm going to tap out for ZUR now anyways, because I'm not gaining any life next turn. Like, there's not much reason to have the Binding in play if I'm not activating it anyways. The Binding is just such a way better removal spell. This doesn't have any requirements, of course, to be met. So, yeah, temporary lockdown looking good. I mean, 13 life, I can't gain any life, but I don't feel too bad about the situation. Okay. More Questing Druid. I think I'm just gonna use these Leyline Bindings. The question is, do I want to do it now? I don't need to do it right now, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this lockdown because this Beanstalk. I don't want to lose it quite yet. Okay. For all it's worth, one of the stronger cards in this matchup for the Gruul side of things was Snakeskin Veil. It's like you could do some annoying, like just Snakeskin Veil is kind of good against some of these spot removals that Domain has, and can lead to a lot of damage, especially with like Monsters Rage or Double Strike, sort of like combo turns. I'm really just wanting to preserve my life to as much as possible. Especially with Beanstalk, you never run out of cards. Okay, so I can ZUR and make this a 6/6. Then have a big blocker. Or Overlord. That doesn't seem that good to me. Seems like a decent backup to have. Although I do have lockdown as well, which is nice in a situation like this. Nothing. Nothing. Just going for the questing druid. Okay, then I'm just gonna get aggressive now. I think I'm gonna go lockdown and hit them for 12. Or I could play Overlord. Probably should just attack for a bazillion. I am at... yeah, I'm just gonna attack for 12. Then I still have the ZUR as 4 toughness. That should be enough. Now they're staring down 2 6/6s. If they have some combination of Monstrous Rage plus Manifold Mouse plus Emberheart Challenger, they can deal me like... that's like 14 trample. Or like 12 trample, I guess. Which I have enough toughness for. Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure. So now they double jump block. I take 3, go to 10. I can activate lockdown, they go to 3 life. I don't think I want to do that. The lockdown seems... well, the lockdown has hexproof, which, yeah. Anyhow. Yeah. So I go to 10. If this would have attacked, wouldn't have changed the thing, no. And now I can play Overload and I still have 4 mana up, so I can activate both Overload and Lockdown. I have a total of 10 plus the 2 tokens, 12 toughness. And I'm at 10 life, so 22 life in a way. That should be enough. I guess I could also hardcast. No, that doesn't make any sense. Hardcasting doesn't make any sense. With ZUR in play, hardcasting does not make any sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice. Smite. That's it. Like this matchup's already pre-boarded pretty much. Yeah. Opponent has Sentinel of the Nameless City, which they may side out, to be fair, because it's not that good in this matchup. It's like kind of decent, actually, I think. It's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. So that Smite is bad against that. Get Lost is pretty awkward against them. But Smite is also awkward against Nemesis, against Sentinel. And Lockdown kind of does already what Smite does. I could cut a Beanstalk, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. I could also cut an Overlord on the draw. Maybe for a Smite. I mean, if I'm not boarding those 2 in, then they shouldn't be in the sideboard, I think, right? I mean, yeah, they have to be decent on the draw at least. Maybe Sunfall goes out. Yeah, a little expensive. Still have 5 sweepers. And I have all these nice spot removals for Screaming Nemesis. The one card I maybe have to have on my radar is the Sunspine Lynx. I think this hand is too weak. I don't have a lockdown. I don't have an engine. Don't have the green overlord. Okay, this I can work with. What do we do with this hand? Maybe bottom the Verge? Then I can put this on Avatar if I need to, if I need the green for the green Avatar. I already have 2 white for everything. Yeah, seems fine. Okay. Bit far off from casting that one. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I'm just gonna pass the turn. In case they have a Nemesis or a free drop of any kind, really. Played the land first, which is a little weird. Guess I'm just gonna lock down here. Oh wow, they're not even attacking, right? Human. If they have Paw Patch, would be a little annoying, but wouldn't be the end of the world either. I mean, it would certainly be annoying. I guess I could have just get lost at the mouse. I don't know. Okay. They do have it. Yeah. Pretty bad tempo swing in their favor. Day of Judgment. Okay. Playing the back street makes my leyline binding better. Playing the green might make other things better. I think I'm keeping, yeah. Alright, pass the turn. I'm at 12. Yeah. Sure. I could blow up the Innkeeper's Talent, give them some maps. And then next turn, Day of Judgment. I'm just gonna tap myself out against Rage, which is bad. I think I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep up my stuff. Another Challenger, okay. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna take 6. I'm not gonna take 6. Well, yeah, I'm definitely killing that though. Yeah, I take 4, I go to 8. I hit a forest. Nice. Okay. Oh, all challengers gone, and they kept the rage on top. That could be punished if the last card is not a creature. My hand is pretty good too. There's a village. Village is dangerous here. Okay, GG. Yeah, that's why you keep rage on top there. That makes sense. Okay. Am I supposed to board out lockdown? I can't imagine. Like the Paw Patch has way too many great targets already. Maybe I'm supposed to board out a Beanstalk? Oh, Beanstalk is so broken though. Maybe Smite on the play, not so good. Tricky. I don't know if I could have done much. To be fair, like this is one of the harder matchups for the main. So, you know, it's not surprising to get rolled when you're on the draw. Don't think I want that. Day of Judgment covers the free drops pretty well. Alright, oh, lockdown, interesting. Interesting. I was going to play the beans. I think I'm going to anyways, honestly. I guess I could put this in human theoretically. Sure. I already have all the mana for the overlords. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Now they can hit me for 4 with the manifolds. Yeah. And then they can rage me for a bunch. If I go lockdown there, then they go paw patch again. Also wouldn't be fantastic for me, I guess. Alright, do I need an untap? Yeah, I guess I do. Okay, I just have to hope they don't do something crazy this turn. They have rage, that's what? Oh, that's a lot. That's 13, I go to 3. Yeah, that's the nut draw. Manifold turn. Okay, they don't have it. Lucky me. Lucky me. Okay. Yeah, I just have the Day of Judgment. Lockdown is too bad against Paw Patch formation. If they have Nemesis here, it wouldn't be nice. I can analyze for a Beza. Oh, that's good too. Oof. Yeah, that's bad for me. I don't have an answer to that, huh? Oh, man. Oh, no. I guess I'm gonna scry and then Beanstalk. The only thing I can get here is Beza, and that doesn't even give me life. And I can't even cast anything, so yeah. Nope. Did I punt on turn 2 with the Beanstalk? Was it meant to just play a tap land? This is a 5/4. Tough luck. Tough luck. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, maybe I was meant to play the tap land and then lock down turn 3. The Sunspine Lynx is powerful. I'm still in the game, yeah. I'm gonna look if there's a binding on top, I could cast this Overlord and draw into it. Now I'm just gonna make some 2/1s. I don't know what the hand exactly is. Not sure. Maybe it's just lands. Maybe I have too many Beanstalks in my deck. The Smite looking terrible for what it's worth. Questing Druid end of turn. Paw Patch draw card. They should have done that main phase. They could have had lethal in various ways, Monster's Rage being one of them. Haste Creature. Wow, okay. Crazy. What do I do? I can ZUR and go on the offensive. Put him on a 2-turn clock. Or I could green Overlord and hope to find a Leyline Binding. or Right's End, but that doesn't even do anything. I'm probably best off going on the offensive. They're 20 life, they take 11. And then they block there, take 8 in the air. Can't gain life, the Lynx forbids that. But I can still deal damage. And I have 6 toughness now. If they have rage, I go to 1 exactly. And they need to draw it. That I can block with ZUR. That's just 1 damage then. They're just probably gonna stay back with that, yeah. Yeah, they have to. But I can still attack in the air now for lethal. Right, so it doesn't matter. They're just hoping I make a mistake. Oh, no, they have the food. So if they have a shock for a thing, they take 7 in the air. So if I activate both beanstalks, they block, and then they take 2. If they had a shock, they would kill me already. I guess they could have frenzy. They could have frenzy, huh? That's kind of funny. They don't have shock because otherwise I would be dead. I don't know, if they have frenzy, they attack with this and kill me. I don't know, I think I got him. If they had frenzy, they would have had lethal. Oh, they can't even gain life, correct. Oops, forgot about that part. Yeah, alright, well, that was weird. I felt super dead. I was at 2 life. And he had a lot of top decks for a couple turns that would have gotten me. Wow. Alright, well, never give up, I guess. Yeah. Takeaway Day of Judgment is pretty strong. It's really the takeaway. Maybe you want to have a different split of cards. Maybe you want to have 2 lockdown, 3 Day of Judgments. I could see that. Well, in any case, I think that's going to be it for the domain gameplay. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the deck is doing sort of what it's supposed to do. Just this list is very much designed with aggressive creature decks in mind. Didn't get paired into Pixie, but I assume that's a pretty good matchup. Also with the 3 Bailoffs and the sideboard, of course. Like this domain deck, I believe, is quite strong against both blue-black bound, all the Hopeless Nightmare decks, essentially. And then it's decent against Gruul, or at least it's as good as you can get against Gruul, I would say. Previous domain lists struggled more. This struggles less. A little difficult for me to say how much less, but you know, it looks pretty fine. Yeah, Day of Judgment, Rides In, Temporary Lockdown, they're all great cards, and ZUR turns the corner pretty well. Gaining the life especially, it's just so good against red decks, of course. Of course, I'm saying that, well, my opponent has 2 cards in play that prevent life gain. And yeah, those are big game changes from the red side that red can use to improve this matchup, of course. Yeah, the deck seems good. Yeah, that's really all I have to say, I guess. It seems like a safe choice. It seems like it should be maybe my backup choice. I'm gonna explore a little bit more and then see from there. All right. Hope you guys took something nice away from this. I see you in the next one. Take care.